Hello everyone, today we'll talk about the problem append characters to string to make subsequence. We start with two strings, s and t. T is our target, and we have to make sure that t is a subsequence of s, so not necessarily contiguous. And in order to do so, if it's not already true at the beginning, we can append some characters to the end of s. And we want to append as few characters as necessary in order to make t a subsequence of this extended s. So in other words, if we have an s here and we want to find our t, just somewhere here, then maybe we can use this letter, then this letter, then this letter, and we have maybe to add some other letters at the end, such that all this that we've selected is exactly equal to t. Now, here's a greedy idea how to solve this problem. Well, of course we want to append as few letters as possible to the end. And the letters that we append will be just the suffix of the string t, so maybe this block. And that means that we want to make this as short as possible, so we want to use as many letters from s as possible. That's quite obvious. And what letters do we need to use? Well, first we need to find in s, somewhere, the first letter of t. And then after that first letter, we want to find the second letter of t, and so on, until we run out of all the letters in s. And of course, if there are many occurrences of the letter that we're looking for, it never benefits us to take a later occurrence, because that only shortens the possibilities that we have for all the other letters. It discards more letters, which is not beneficial for us. So in other words, if let's say the first letter here is an A, then either we find it in S, then we want to take the first occurrence so that the biggest suffix of S remains for further steps, because maybe we'll find the other letters there. And if A does not appear in the string, then of course it is impossible to then add this A to the result, and we have to everything from that A onwards add as a suffix here. So in other words, we just want to match letter by letter from our target and take the first occurrence in S. And of course, to do that in an optimal way, we can just go letter by letter through both these strings, and whenever both letters match, then we know that we have eaten another letter from our t, and at the end all the letters that remain in our target string are the letters that we have to write at the end. And that's exactly what this code does. It goes through all the letters that we can take in S in order, and it remembers where we are on T. And whenever we can take the letter that we're currently looking at in our target string, then we do so. So we increment I. And if we have now taken all the letters from T, then we can already break. And after this loop, we have either eaten all the letters and I is equal to the length of T, or some letters remain, and the number of remaining letters is exactly the length of the string t minus the number of letters that we've eaten.